All right, so today we're going deep on a piece of real estate, and well, it's not really developed yet.
Right.
It's just land, but it's a fascinating listing, I think.
Yeah.
So this is a half-acre residential lot in Rio Grande Estates, Valencia County, New Mexico.
Okay.
It's lot 1 unit K block 1070.
Wow. Very specific.
Yes, very specific, but that's how they do things.
Yeah, of course. Got to get that legal description.
Exactly. So for anyone listening who is thinking about, like, maybe I want more space or maybe a different kind of lifestyle, something a
Yeah.
little outside the box, this is something for you to think about.
This is definitely one of those things that, it's not just about like the, nuts and bolts of the listing. It's about like, what could this open up for someone?
Yeah, exactly. So let's start with the size.
Okay.
It's a half acre, which might not sound like a lot to some people, but in this area, a lot of the residential lots are like a quarter acre.
Oh, wow. So this is like double.
Yeah, so you're getting double the space for what you'd normally get.
That's huge.
Yeah, and what that means is you can, have a larger home.
Right.
You could build a big workshop.
You can have like a huge garden.
Yeah, or just have space. You're not right on top of your neighbors.
Yeah, just some breathing room.
And when you connect the size with the zoning, which is open zoning, by the way,
Oh, wow. Interesting.
and no HOA,
Okay, so even more freedom.
even more freedom. You don't have restrictions on what you can build or how you use the land.
So you can really make it your own.
Exactly, your own little desert heaven.
Man.
Yeah, and it is zoned residential for a single-family home, but mobile homes and modular homes
Oh, okay.
are very common in this area.
Yeah, make sure.
And they are allowed. So, you have a lot of options there.
Yeah, a lot of different ways you could go with this.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about, maybe I want to try this out before I, commit to building something.
Right.
Apparently, county rules allow for temporary camping or RV stays
Oh, that's cool.
up to 30 days, even longer, if you have a building permit in process.
So you can really get a feel for it
You can really get a feel for the land.
before you make any big decisions.
Exactly. So talking about location for people who are curious.
Okay.
This is on the east side of the Rio Grande,
Okay.
and it's part of a big area that's been platted.
Platted meaning like,
It's been like surveyed and divided into lots.
oh, okay.
Which I guess that's good because that means like the legal stuff and the development stuff is probably more straightforward.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
You get there via Highway 47 and some local roads near Rio communities.
Okay.
There's a marked entrance to the subdivision, but then it's dirt roads to get to the actual lot.
Dirt roads, so you're really getting out there.
Yeah, part of the adventure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that contributes to the lower cost.
Right.
That trade-off.
Further out, less expensive.
Exactly. And, there's this trend of homesteading that seems to be growing
Oh, really?
in Rio communities nearby and even within Rio Grande Estates, people using solar power.
Wow, so you might have like a little community.
You might find some like-minded people.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, and the listing even includes the coordinates and the legal description, so you know exactly where this piece of New Mexico is.
Very precise.
And that kind of leads us to self-reliance.
Okay.
The listing says you would probably need to install a well or a cistern for water,
Right.
septic system,
Makes sense.
and you could do solar power. So,
You're really off the dread.
yeah, you could have like a pretty independent setup.
Yeah, that's pretty appealing to a lot of people.
Yeah, and control your own utilities.
Yeah, no more bills.
Well, fewer bills.
Fewer bills, yeah.
But here's the thing that I think is really going to stand out to people.
Okay, what's that?
Property taxes are about $5 per year.
$5
A half acre
per year.
per year.
Wow, that's like nothing.
Like nothing.
That's amazing.
So very low financial commitment to own this land.
I mean, that's got to be appealing to a lot of people.
Yeah. And on top of all that, the natural environment sounds pretty amazing.
Oh, okay, tell me about that.
Beautiful New Mexico horizons,
I can picture it now.
sunrises over the Manzano Mountains,
Wow.
sunsets over the Rio Grande Basin.
That sounds incredible.
The land itself is mostly level with wild grasses and shrubs.
Okay.
You can expect brilliant night skies.
Because there's no light pollution.
Yeah, minimum light pollution.
Yeah.
It's quiet. You might see some roadrunners.
Oh, that's cool.
And to the west, the Rio Grande River and its bosque are nearby.
Oh, wow. So you've got that like river ecosystem.
A little contrast
Yeah.
to the desert landscape.
So it's not just like barren desert.
No, it's, you've got some variety.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So it's a pretty unique spot.
It sounds like it.
So just to recap for everyone,
Okay.
this half-acre lot in Rio Grande Estates,
Okay.
it offers you a lot of space,
Yeah.
the freedom of open zoning,
Right.
a path to being more self-sufficient,
Right.
maybe going off-grid to some degree,
Yeah.
access to this beautiful New Mexico landscape,
And all for a really low cost.
and all for super low cost.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat opportunity.
Yeah. So for anyone listening, I mean,
Yeah.
imagine this. You've got this blank Kansas
Right?
in the desert.
Yeah?
What kind of life could you build there?
Yeah.
With all this space and this freedom, what possibilities does that open up for you?
That's the question.
Yeah, what would your desert have looked like?
That's something to think about.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next
See you
time.
later.